All right, we're in the NCAA post-match press conference after a first-round match between the Lions of Penn State-Behrend and the Knights of Calvin University, and we're joined by Penn State-Behrend head coach Phil Pisano, Danny Koslow, Maddie Clapper, and Keely Herring. And Coach, could you just give a comment on tonight's match and how it went?
Yeah, first, congrats to Calvin. They played well, especially when they needed to. Made us uncomfortable, especially in the first and the third set. I think we got a little bit flustered, and it kind of snowballs on you there when you're playing a really good team and there's not as many weak areas for you to try to attack as you're used to. Second set is, what we're going to try to remember coming out of here. That's for us, when we envisioned this potentially going well, it was what was going on in the second set and how aggressively we were playing. And we tried to say that it was going to be difficult to stop them, their offense, so let's try to concentrate on scoring and just trying to keep pace, really. And I think we were able to do that in the second set. So saw some of the good and some of the bad, but Calvin's a great team. They're moving on.
Just following up on that, Danny, talk a little bit about how you guys kind of regrouped after the first set, moved into the second set, and you were within a few points of pulling that one out and evening the match up. What did you guys do to just kind of flip things a little bit from a tactical and maybe a mental perspective?
Yeah, I think we focused in a lot more on our service-y passing. It gave us a lot more opportunities offensively. I could move the ball around the different hitters. They weren't sitting particularly on our outsides the whole time. I thought our outsides did a good job at also just tooling their block and trying their best to get them out of system. So I think it was mostly the passing aspect. It helped us a lot in the second set.
Maddie, just talk a little bit about your thoughts of making it back to the NCAA tournament here. There was no NCAA tournament last fall for volleyball. A number of teams played in the spring, but without a postseason. So, after a 2-year break, you guys got to get to this point. What was it like to come back after, a 2-year hiatus for, a program like yours?
Yeah, this is ultimately the goal, win the conference, come to the NCAAs and compete. So the opportunity first was getting here, and I wish we would have capitalized a little bit more on our opportunities, but we went out there, we played hard, and we tried to do what we needed to do. Came out a little short, but we're just going to keep working on that for future years, and hopefully we keep coming back and are able to compete and change our mindset a little bit and become a competing team in the NCAA.
Same question for you, Keely. Having a chance to play in the postseason after not really having a postseason as we kind of know it last year. What was it like to make it to this point, get back to a little bit of normalcy, and then maybe, just your thoughts on competing tonight overall?
Yeah, it was definitely our goal to get back here. The 1 year that we didn't make it back here was kind of devastating. So I think having that disappointment was what really pushed the girls that had been there that year through that, and just drove us through that off year and then getting through to this year too, and just having a good positive attitude towards all of it was really beneficial.
Coach, how do you see it from your perspective, going through all of the COVID challenges and then holding a program together and then having a really successful year like you did this year, making it to the national tournament? It's not quite as easy as it was maybe in non-COVID years, is it?
Right. Yeah, there's a lot of different things happening protocol-wise, but I give credit to our athletic director, our chancellor, for allowing us to practice and play some exhibition matches last year. I think that was beneficial to us, particularly the young players to get to put the jersey on, feel like they're part of the program instead of having to wait a whole nother year. So I think that was important for us, and yeah, it was a long break between NCAA appearances because of the COVID year, but this program's been to this 3 out of the last 4 times the NCAA tournament was held. So we're happy with that. We're proud of that, and our goal is to realistically try to get a better matchup when we come, and not have to play a host school on their home court. And I think there's teams in the NCAA tournament that we can definitely compete with, but sometimes geographically and for other reasons you get a really tough draw, and so we were aware of how good Calvin was and is, but that doesn't take away from the fact that we're proud of what we were able to accomplish this year and hopefully what we can keep striving for in the future.
Absolutely. Well, congrats on a great season. congrats on making it to the NCAA tournament, and thanks for stopping by.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Yep.